A Look at Health is sponsored by MVP Healthcare, dedicated to creating healthier communities. Learn more at discovermvp.com.
Well, welcome back, everyone. It's Monday, so I'm here with the Doctor of Wellness and Being. Well, that's a big title, you know.
Each week.
Each
you
week.
come out with a better coined term than the last week. I like
Dr.
it.
Paul Arciero. And we're on a serious subject today, actually.
Yeah.
That May is devoted to a very worthwhile cause outside of Mother's Day, which is Stroke Prevention Month.
That's right.
Now, heart disease is the #1 killer.
Correct.
In America, and I think you were telling me, Paul, that the #4 killer is stroke.
Stroke.
But I know that there may be some confusion between what's heart disease and a stroke. So could you explain that?
Sure. Yeah, it's a good starting point. So cardiovascular disease encompasses heart disease and all other related vessel disease, stroke being one of them. And so when we talk about cardiovascular disease, we're talking about not just our heart, but also all the other blood vessels in our body, especially those that are in our head. And when it's specific to our brain health, then it is stroke. And so stroke would be the equivalent of having a blood clot or a hemorrhage in the brain.
Got you. Now, you had an acronym that was important, FAST, right?
Yeah.
FAST. And give us a breakdown of that, because this is a way to understand quickly the symptoms if you're having a stroke.
That's right,
Or,
yeah.
or a loved one is having a stroke.
Right. The American Stroke Association and the American Heart Association has put out this acronym FAST, which stands for F, stands for the face. Is
Right.
there a face or mouth drooping that's occurring? That's the F. A would be the arms. Can the person
Right.
raise up both arms?
Right.
S would be slurred speech. Are they incomprehensible? Are they not able to pronunciate their words properly? T is time. If those three things are present, the T stands for time. Time
Yes,
to call
got it.
911, and that's
Right.
fast.
Now, you mentioned that there's an app, and I think we're going to show this on the
There
screen.
is an app. Yeah, I have it
Right.
right here, and if your television has it
Okay,
as well.
there you see it on the screen. So if you'd like to know more about this, then please go into your phone apps and see if you can pull this up. All right, Paul, obviously lifestyle influences everything, as we've been discussing for many weeks now. Some particulars about how lifestyle can affect your ability to ward off heart disease or heart stroke.
Yeah, this is a really important point, Jesse, and I hope this is the essence of what is the takeaway from this, is that while stroke is the #4 killer among Americans, there are lifestyle variables that we can do that can prevent stroke. In fact, lifestyle can prevent 80% of strokes.
Oh my God, that's an enormous number.
Enormous. So what are we talking about when we talk about lifestyle? We're talking about diet, exercise, and stress management.
Sure.
Yep.
Right, these
So-
are the three things that we've been focusing on since the very beginning. Right?
How appropriate. So
Yes,
diet,
right.
from a diet standpoint, the Mediterranean diet seems to be the most effective. And that would be foods that have a very high amount of healthy oils, that
Right.
which is found in fish, and then nuts and seeds. And so in some of the research that they've done, in some of these large prospective studies, they've shown that people who have a higher intake of these healthy oils found through fish, and then also a high intake of vegetables and fruits, such as the Mediterranean diet lifestyle.
Now, is the Mediterranean diet a well-known diet? I mean, can someone actually look this up and
Yes.
under that name, the Mediterranean diet?
Absolutely, yes. The Mediterranean diet is freely available on the web and everywhere else you'd want to find it.
Oh,
There's
that's
books
good.
written on it.
But does
So-
it still give you the opportunity to say legumes? I mean, you haven't said
Legumes?
that yet
I know.
today. You know?
It does. I'm sure legumes are scattered all the way through that diet. But in a serious note, this Mediterranean diet is so effective in helping us prevent stroke. And in fact, in those that have higher intakes of these healthy oils and fresh fish and vegetables, they can reduce their risk by 50% of having a stroke.
Oh my God, so you realize that 80% of it is overall preventable by healthy diet, lifestyles, and stress management, but 50% attributed to diet. All right, let's move on to exercise then.
Great.
This doesn't mean sweat it out in the gym every day, does it?
No, it can, but it doesn't
Right.
need to be. And I think that's a really important message. People don't have to think they have to go to a gym and exercise, or they don't have to compartmentalize it into their day. I tell people all the time, make it occupational. Park a
Oh.
little bit further away from your door of your building. When you go grocery shopping or to the mall, park a little bit further away from your destination.
Right.
Instead of taking the elevator and the escalator, take the stairs.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, if you're resigned to sitting at a desk for most of your daily routine at work, have a little alarm go off and have yourself stand up.
Right.
Right? And so they have now these stand-up workstations that I'm a huge proponent of, especially for people, because it's such a powerful player in especially something as serious as stroke.
Well, you know what?
Staying
When I
active.
was in New York, this is 10 years ago, we had stand-up workstations.
Really?
It was really
10
was
years
part of a
ago?
very progressive company, but it was all about take a break and,
Right.
take the stairs and,
That-
these other things that we've been talking about.
That was a progressive company.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
MTV Networks, so you can imagine.
Oh, absolutely. But no, something as simple as standing up at your workstation. And they make it now really sophisticated. You can also have a treadmill underneath you as you're working. So you can do that as well. But it doesn't have to be that
Oh,
simple.
so you can make electricity then, too. if
Yeah, that's right. You
want,
can power your whole station. That's a great, energy saver, too.
All right, stress management. And we don't mean shave your head and sit in the corner and meditate all day, right?
You don't need to do that,
Okay.
but I know many people who do. But no, you don't need to get that, again, sophisticated or extreme.
Right.
It's as little as just taking 5-10 minutes out of your day, maybe at the beginning of the day, middle of the day, or end of the day, and just reflecting, taking time for
Yeah,
yourself.
got it. Sure.
And, taking a little bit of time to let yourself do a self-check.
I have friends who
call it.
tell me that quiet time is their commute.
Yeah,
That they
could be.
when they're in the car or whatever, it's just that
When they're not
quiet
eating
time.
and putting on their makeup and
guess,
reading the
that's
newspaper. Wow, that's impressive.
being
They're
abducted
meditating
by
at
aliens, could be any number of different things.
Wow.
Well,
That's
we've elevated this
Yes,
now, haven't we?
yeah.
We have.
But no, a serious topic, but it can be preventable. And that's
That's
the big
right.
message.
So let's cycle back then. We're
Yeah.
saying that stroke, number 4 killer in the country. There's absolutely something you can do about this. That's preventative. It has to deal with your lifestyle. It has to deal with your diet, with exercise and stress management.
Correct.
Boy, isn't it amazing how those 3 things filter into just about everything that we're talking about?
It is. To me, it's so reassuring that we have something available to us every single day at our fingertips that doesn't cost a lot of money and doesn't produce a lot of unwarranted or unwanted side effects,
Yes, right.
other
sure.
than beneficial ones.
Well, you know what? Next week, our topic is talking about supplements, is vitamins.
Yeah.
Hot
topic.
Not all vitamins are created equal, and
No, they are not.
and which ones are effective and why are they effective? So that's something
Great
that you're
topic.
going to want to catch. And
Looking
then I
forward to
think moving down, we're going to be talking about snacks and other things. I mean, we're moving into that time of year
Yeah.
where this kind of information is just invaluable, very valuable information to have.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Paul, me too. All right, so
Good
I'll see you next week.
You got it. Looking
Okay.
forward to it.
See this interview again, or if you have a question for Dr. Paul, please head to our website, looktvonline.com.